is also falling down alongside with gold because people are moving into safe haven such as the silver, such as the US dollar currency as one of the good choice, because we know that the US dollar index has been falling down quite a lot, and a lot of sentiments coming up from the Fed as side. We do receive some news that the global equity stock market has been down by almost 0.71% on Tuesday, with Wall Street stocks ended above the session's low as investors shield away from riskier assets after there's an escalation on the Middle East, and also a data showing that the resilience on a US labor market. And a pushback from Federal Reserve Chair on Monday against bets on bigger interest rate cuts. And on top of geopolitical risks, US investors worried about the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, as well as the half of US ocean shipping due to strike by dock workers on the east and the Gulf Coast after a midnight deadline passed with no sign of new contract deal with port owners. And we have a data coming out from the US side where we are seeing the manufacturing activity shrank for 6 months, reflecting weak orders and declining employment, while US job open for workers. As people are looking, 10-year notes fell by 6.3 basis points, and the 2-year note yield were also falling down towards 4.3 basis points to 3.608%. Moving on, we also have a news coming out from the Australian side. We see that the Australian retail sales rose more as tax cuts and warmer weather do help support household spending, and that will be a tough case for the RBA. Actually, there is also some news coming out from the Australian side, such as the retail sales as well as the euro area inflations, which we will be talking about, and that will be the important part that could really deliver the changes on the euro currency as well as the Australian dollar. Okay, as you guys can see right now, we are seeing the possibility of a stronger Australian dollar, and the weakening of Japanese yen could be one of the good trading choice, but we could also see the possibility of US dollar and CHF, which is currently declining at the moment as we are speaking right now, with the overall currency pairs are going up, but the most notable drop down are coming out from the Swiss franc side as well as the Japanese yen side. So we will be probably taking a look at that, guys. Okay, so before I proceed towards looking at the charts and giving out signals, make sure that you guys do follow us and give us a like, so that you guys don't miss any updates whenever we do a live streaming or we do share some short videos with you guys. So make sure that you guys follow us and give us a thumbs up. Okay, guys, so before that, I will be having a look, and I want to see all those thumbs ups and likes as well as the follow button increasing. Okay, guys, so later on I will be talking on this side first. Okay, as usual guys, if you want to get more instant live discussions with me, make sure that you guys do click on the link descriptions and click on that website for you guys to have an instant live discussions, because I haven't seen any of you guys here. I'd see one guy do ask me about the gold signal, but afterwards no one really joined the chat room and asked me anything. So if you guys want to have a more instant live discussions, you can join the chat room by clicking on that link. Okay guys? Alright, so let us give you guys the preview of what happened on the gold market since then. Okay guys, so right now let us give ourselves some review on the gold market and see what has happened since then. Alright guys. So as you guys could see from this side, that the market has been quite volatile, and our view on the market is still pretty clear that the market was still in a good uptrend. That's one of the very first good things that we could say on the gold market, especially with the escalations. Definitely safe haven assets such as the gold will be a good choice to hold. But the other thing as well is right now, after having the corrections on the gold market yesterday, we are currently seeing that the market have been experiencing some corrections before. Right now we are possibly seeing the potential of going higher tonight. Okay, because right now we are not seeing any big news coming up from tonight, so I do expect that the gold market won't be moving too much. It will be moving just on a sideways for tonight guys. Okay, so that's why I probably will be seeing the market will be just moving alongside the sideways range. Okay, as you guys could see from these charts, right now we are facing the possibility of it to rebound around this area guys. Okay, so why is that the case guys? Okay, first of all, after breaking out of that downtrend momentum that on the minor corrections, right now we are seeing the possibility of it to go higher. Why? First of all, we are already near the support area around the 2640 towards 2630. So the closest support area will be around 2640. So that's one of the first key things that we have been paying attention to. Second of all, we are started to see the possibility of another support area coming out from that trend line of this secondary of this minor trend. As you guys could see, 2645 could be one of the good support area for the gold market for now. And the second thing that we are started to look for is the signs of the consolidations around this area, which has been happening since 25th of September. And right now, those areas could be key markets for us to try to find that support and try to make a low risk setup for this trading signal. Okay, as we are still very much online and on track for the gold to go higher, we are expecting that we could make a trade right now at around the current prices of 2,650, put our stop losses just on below today's 2-hour low at around 2,648. So probably if you guys want much more safety, you could put the stop losses at around 2,646 and try to aim for the closest target around 2,655, second target at around 2,660, as well as the third target, which will be much harder, at around 2,670. Okay, so overall we are still seeing that strength coming out from the gold market, rebounding higher after touching the middle line of this uptrend channel, and we are seeing the possibility of it going higher. Alright, so before I give out the signal, guys, as usual, you guys need to follow us, give your thumbs up so I know that you guys are watching this live stream. Okay, guys? Alright, so let us wait for a few moments to see that confirmations rebounding around those area. But don't forget about following us and give us a thumbs up, because that way you guys won't miss our live streaming and our updates on our short video, guys. Okay, so right now I will be sharing the first signal for tonight, which will be a buy signal. So if you guys could enter at better prices, I would suggest that you guys do that. Okay, and right now we better put our stop losses around 2,645 towards 2,646 and try to aim for around $2,670 at the second price target. Okay, so there you go, guys. So that will be the first signal for tonight. And regarding the overview, I think I have given you guys a very clear guideline about how this gold market could have worked for us tonight. Okay, guys, so that is the conclusions of our gold market for tonight. So I believe that the gold market has still some potential room to jump up towards 2,670 the most for tonight, because I'm not expecting a lot of market movements unless there is some new updates coming up that could be probably moving up the market a lot. Okay, all right, so that would be the first signal for tonight. Next, I will be looking through the other commodity sites as well, the silver market. Okay, so yesterday we do share some signals on the silver market, I believe, which I believe has been triggered the stop loss, because I do suggest that it will be just a short-term trade, and I even recommended earlier stop losses. If not, you guys would have been hitting at the highest stop losses around 31.5. So I'm saving your capital. So we are very open on what happened on the market, because it's a very normal thing for the market to react faster and slower at some point of times, giving a huge volatility going up and down before really continuing that true trend of the market. Alright, so currently we are seeing the possibility of a double bottom after touching the support twice for the silver market, guys. So probably we could do some small trades on here as well, guys, by taking a short look at these charts. Okay, so probably it will be much better if I switch to a 1 hour charts for you guys to have a much clearer view, especially if you guys are a short-term trader. I know that you guys love to look at the shorter time frame charts. Okay, right now, if you guys want the overall view of the silver market, let us go through it before. Right now, on the silver market, as you guys could have seen, let me pull back the daily charts for you guys to see it clearly. Okay, so for you guys who have liked, giving us a thumbs up, and also follow us, thank you very much. I've seen all those reactions, guys. Okay, so make sure that you guys follow us daily from Monday to Friday so you don't miss any updates from us. Okay, guys. All right, so on the silver market, right now on the silver market, we are currently seeing the possibility of it breaking up towards high ground, even all-time high levels, because right now we are seeing that the market has been able to build up some good momentum on the silver side, and we are currently seeing that it could continue this uptrend channel, and also a possibility of a head and shoulder forming here and aiming for the target around here. And right now we are also seeing the possibility of an inverted head and shoulder around here, as you guys could have seen. So let me redraw these charts because something has changed on the silver market, because right now I am seeing the possibility of a new inverted head and shoulder on the silver market. So this will be the left hand side of the shoulder side, and this will be the smaller side of the inverted shoulder on the right hand side, and this will be the head. It will be much bigger, but overall you get my view on the market. I'm pretty much bullish right now on gold and silver. Previously, I'm quite bearish on the silver because it is unable to continue the uptrend compared to gold, where the uptrend is still pretty much very clear and very good, but we are not seeing that clear market momentum. Okay, so it seems that a lot of signal I have been sharing you guys, so let me just delete it so you guys can get a much clearer view of it. Okay, so for the signals down here, I think I don't need to erase it, but my view on the market is very clear right now because we are seeing the possibility of it going higher, building up that inverted head and shoulder, and we are also seeing the possibility of it continuing that previous uptrend. So if you guys do draw it up right now, there's a possibility it could re-enter that uptrend channel and continue that upward momentum. So if it breaks out of 32.08, that's a possibility it could break into that $34 channel and continue that uptrend momentum that has happened previously, guys. Okay, that is one of the good things that could happen out of the silver market for now. Okay, so with that, right now we just focus on the short-term momentum and try to find a good entry point, guys. Okay, right now, as you guys could have seen, this could be a good momentum to entry. As you guys could see, it has touched the support twice, and even from an hourly time frame, it even managed to build up a good double bottom on a short time frame. Okay, and there's a possibility it could reach its first price target around 31.8, guys. Okay, so right now my suggestions for you guys is another second signal. So as usual, guys, if you guys want to get more daily signals out of our live stream, make sure that you guys follow and like our videos, our live stream videos, so you don't miss any updates from us, and you will get the notifications if you follow us on here, guys. Okay, so make sure that you give that thumbs up and that follow, guys. Okay, so tonight I'll be giving you guys the second signal for tonight, which will be on buying silver, guys, and this won't be a short term. and enter at around the current prices would still be fine. But the lower the better, guys, if you could find a good entry point. And put the stop losses just at this hourly low to make sure that you guys don't risk too much. And aim for the price target at around 31.56. Second price target would be around 31.7. And the final big price target will be around 31.9 towards 32, which I think will be much harder. But if you guys are optimistic and if you guys do hold on a good positions, I suggest that you guys could aim for the third price target. But right now we are not seeing that momentum sustaining compared to the gold side, so we will be much better to try to aim the closest price target at around 31.7, which would be make more sense for us to do right now. Okay, 31.72. Okay, so maybe I will be much more optimistic and try to change that trajectory. Yep, okay, so this will be the signal for tonight, guys. And I believe that entry prices have been triggered, guys, on the silver side as well as on the gold market. Okay, so let us check back. Okay, so it seems the market hasn't been moving quite much. I'm expecting it will be rebounding around 2465, around that area, so that's a possibility it could be hitting at that support area before rebounding higher, guys. So that is the possibility of that happening. Okay, but since we have made quite a low risk entry setup, so I will be discussing what happened on the US dollar index. Alright, guys, so on the US dollar index, what has been happening since then? Okay, so for you guys to have a much clearer view on what happened on the US dollar, because we are seeing that the US dollar has been strengthening, guys, so it's not a surprise. So let us get into the charts and see what really happened on that side. So for overall view for you guys, actually the US dollar index has been quite strengthening since the early days of 2024 until mid 2024. After there's increased expectations of a further interest rate cuts from the Fed side, we are started to see building up these top phases, and right now we are currently facing that downtrend momentum out of the US dollar index. And right now, due to the escalations on the Middle East, we are seeing that the dollar is also considered one of the safe havens other than Swiss franc, Japanese yen, as well as gold, precious metals. Right now we are seeing that the US dollar started to gain some strength back, and it started to go higher and higher. As you guys could have seen from this side, it has been going higher and possibly reaching the resistance before it could correcting itself around this area. So let me redraw it for you guys and then delete the previous outlook. So I'm seeing the possibility of it reaching the resistance before going low for a while, and a possibility of a higher up if these escalations could continue, guys. So just in case the escalations could continue, there's a possibility of the US dollar index strengthening towards the next resistance around 101.84. So I'm seeing that possibility happening if the geopolitical risk happening, especially we are also seeing the US elections nearing the November side. It's just left with another month, so there will be a lot of things happening. So with that in mind, there's a possibility with the strengthening of gold, with the strengthening of US dollar, there's a possibility that the gold could be weakened, silver could be weakened for a temporary moment before it could be continuing that uptrend, because sometimes the US dollar index doesn't really correlate on the gold market, the silver market, but sometimes it could impact on those price actions, guys. Okay, so that's why we also look towards these price actions. So if you guys try to look on US dollar, Japanese yen right now, we are seeing the possibility it will be going stronger, US dollar Japanese yen, definitely. And if we try to look at US dollar Canadian dollar, there's a possibility that Canadian dollar is doing quite well and sustaining that downward momentum, saying that the Canadian dollar started to gain some hope. So if we try to look at CAD Japanese yen, I believe that it has been able to break out of those downtrend momentum, but it still haven't managed to break out of those resistance area, guys. Okay, so that's one of the important key things that you guys could have been watching. So US dollars Swiss franc could be also gaining some strength back. With the arrival of that strength, we still see the possibility of it going lower, guys, as usual, because the Swiss government sees a strong Swiss franc could be really impacting their economy, so they try to weaken the Swiss franc currency, and we also see the possibility of it to strengthen for a while, because right now we are seeing the possibility of the US dollar and Swiss franc strengthening at the very same time due to the geopolitical risks. It's better to avoid this kind of trading, guys, because it's very uncertain. That's one thing. Second thing, there's a possibility it will be just trading on these ranges. It could be just trading on these ranges for a couple of moments before US dollar continues its weakening phase. Okay, guys, so it's better to avoid this trade first, guys. But one thing is for sure, Euro CHF could still provide us that lower down continuations momentum. Okay. Alright, so what can we do right now out of here? So we know that the US dollar index has been quite strong, so let us check every single pair that is against the US dollar, guys. Okay, so for you guys to have a much clearer view on the market. So first, let us check on the Euro US dollar. The trend is still pretty much clear, and I believe after releasing the signal, I see that it already even reached the third price target, guys. Okay, so if you guys yesterday do follow our live streaming, I do share 4 signals, which one of it will be regarding on this Euro USD, and it even managed to reach its third price target. So that's one of the good things. If you guys do follow our live streaming daily, and I will be looking through a lot of currency pair charts as well as also the commodity sites. So if you guys do follow us on a daily basis and you guys follow the live stream from the beginning until the end, I believe that you will have got a lot of signals coming up from us. But if you guys follow us just for a couple of minutes, then you ran off, follow another videos, I'm afraid that you could be missing some good opportunities to make money, guys. Okay, so I believe if you guys do follow us from the beginning until the end, I believe that you would have gotten this signal, guys. Okay, alright, so my view is still pretty clear, guys. I even draw the outlook that the euro will be weakened against the US dollar, and I'm giving the outlook there's a possibility of it even reaching around this 1.08 area. And right now, what can we do? Since we are already seeing the possibility of the strengthening side of the US dollar, I'm expecting that this downtrend momentum could continue. However, if we look back at the currency strength charts, we are also actually seeing that almost all of the currency pairs is also strengthening. Alongside with the US dollar, we are also seeing that the New Zealand dollar are also strengthening, Canadian dollar is also strengthening. We are also seeing the UK GBP is also strengthening, guys. So that's why it's very much better to wait, because right now we are already reaching the support area after reaching this, and right now they are consolidating and trying to find that sideways momentum for now. Okay, so let us try to view the other currency pairs that is against the US dollar. It's very much clear that yesterday was a very good day to do a short on almost all of these US dollar currency pairs. But right now, I believe that most of these pairs are currently in the support area. So to prove my point, I'll be opening up the charts. So a lot of trading pairs has reached its support area around here. And then rebounding higher. So I'm not seeing the possibility of, maybe just in the case for Australian dollar, as you guys could have seen from here, the Australian dollar still managed to get some of that strength, and probably alongside US dollar Canadian dollar. So that's why we are seeing that downtrend momentum is still continuing on the US dollar Canadian dollar side, as well as the Australian dollar US dollar still managed to maintain its uptrend momentum, guys. Okay, so that's what we are currently seeing from these charts. Okay, so let us move on to see the other currency pairs to see whether we can find another signal coming out of the graphs. Okay, guys. Okay, I would avoid the New Zealand dollar US dollar. It's a lot of huge movement and we are not seeing that strength right now out of the New Zealand dollar. Probably you can move to US dollar. What else? We have discussed the GBP. We have also seen the Euro USD, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. What else, guys? Okay, so GBP USD. Okay, right now waiting for the momentum. So I believe almost all of the currency pairs related to the US dollar I have discussed. So we better avoid US dollar CHF because both of them are currently strengthening. It's a possibility it will be just trading around these ranges. And US dollar Japanese yen, I believe won't be moving much more than around this downtrend momentum area, guys. Okay, I'm seeing it will be just moving around these ranges, so it's much better to trade around Australian dollar New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar US dollar, New Zealand dollar US dollar, GBP USD, as well as Euro USD could be weakening, USD CAD. Okay, so we could be probably trading these pairs because we are seeing that Canadian dollar is still strengthening against the US dollar. So this could be one of the good pairs to short the US dollar Canadian dollar. Next, we could be trying to long the Australian dollar US dollar, putting a buy signal for the Australian dollar US dollar after rebounding and still managed to maintain its ground on the high level. As you guys could see, compared to the New Zealand dollar, we are not seeing that strength coming out of that side. As well as we could also be probably trading Euro USD for a sell signal. As you guys could see, that downward momentum could continue, but right now won't be a good choice to do that short. GBP USD could also be probably continuing that uptrend momentum. As you guys could have seen, I have recommended a couple of signals on the GBP side, but it seems that suddenly with the upcoming news of that Middle East escalations, we are seeing that right now the US dollar managed to gain some of that strength, and that really disrupted the momentum of upward momentum for the GBP USD, guys. So that's why I even draw out some possibility that it could be probably trading in that volatile movement, and even the volatility even extends up down to here, guys. Okay, so anything could happen after currency breaking up towards higher levels. Okay, so probably, as I've suggested, I will be recommending Australian dollar US dollar. Let us try to find a good entry point later on, but right now I'm not seeing that signs yet. It's still moving around that consolidations, and probably we can try to short the US dollar Canadian dollar, but it's also in the consolidations phases, so it's much better to wait on the sidelines and waiting for a good entry point, as well as the Euro USD. So today I'm looking at the good chances coming out from the US dollar side would be first US dollar Japanese yen, because it has broken out of that downtrend momentum. Okay, so we can probably do a short-term momentum trading on the US dollar Japanese yen, and probably try to do a long-term momentum trading on the Australian dollar US dollar. Okay, all right, so I'll be discussing what is the factors that could have continued going the strength of the Australian dollar side, because we do know that the Australian dollar still managed to continue its strength, and that the reason is coming out from the RBA decisions to hold the interest rates at higher levels. Okay, so I will be touching into one of the factors that has been happening since yesterday, and it were coming out from the Australian retail sales guide. Okay, so I'll be letting you guys see the notes out of what I found out and share with you guys. But overall, if you guys are not interested on reading, I will be explaining what really happened on this news, guys. Okay, so as you guys could see that the sales were up by 0.7%, higher than the expectations, and this increase of the retail sales were the highest since early January 2024. And retail sales from a yearly to yearly basis were up to 3.1% from 1.7%, and it's because due to government tax cuts and energy rebates kick in since July 1. And as a result, we are also seeing that household savings ratio low, meaning that a lot of people on the Australian side don't have a lot of savings, meaning that a lot of people are spending money. And this retail sales data is very important considerations for the RBA side, because retail consumptions account for half of Australia economy, guys. So that's one important data to look at. And the RBA has already repeated itself that household spending remains a key uncertainty following a 13 rate hikes between May 2022 towards November 2023. So if you guys look at this graph, that retail trade sales has still been able to continue that upward momentum, and right now it even managed to get that 0.7% gain compared to the consensus of 0.4. So this is a very good sign out of the Australian economy, where it accounts more than half of the GDP. And if you guys could see from this chart, compared to the US side, compared to the Canadian side, Australia's savings rate is the lowest even compared with those two countries. So we are seeing that a lot of Australians are still having that kind of momentum, even though we are seeing that their savings are already quite low. So these are the details of the report, where we are almost seeing that almost all sides of the sectors are gaining some gains. It's just from household goods retailing were down on that industry. And as a result of this data, people are thinking that the RBA will be still holding the RBA rate at 4.35%, but some are still believing that a rate cut could be early on, but it needs to have a lower inflation data at the end of this month to be the price for the RBA to start to cut rates. And as a response, the currency and the yields on policy sensitive 3-year government notes edge higher. So that's why we are already seeing that strength continuing from the Australian dollar yesterday. So that's what really happened on the Australian side. And tonight, we are still seeing that the Australian dollar still maintain its strength, guys. And right now, we are seeing a very good data coming out from the RBA side, where we are seeing that the unemployment rate was still quite low at around 4.2%. And we are still seeing that CPI has also started to drop below the 3% range for the very first time on a monthly to monthly basis. And afterwards, there's a possibility of a rate cut near the end of the year. So with that data in mind, guys, so we are actually seeing that strength continuing on the Australian dollar side yesterday, before that downfall because of the strengthening of the US dollar. But right now, we could be pretty much bullish on the Australian dollar out of that retail sales data, guys, because retail sales on almost every economy is kind of important data, and that could really see how the policymakers look at how well the economy is doing, and that's a possibility that the Australian dollar could continue going higher. So I will be giving out the third signal for tonight. It will be on the Australian dollar, US dollar, based out of those events. And before I give out the signals, make sure that you guys do follow us and give a thumbs up, so that you guys do, so I do know that you guys do follow our live stream and you don't get missed on those updates of the daily live streaming schedules. In case you guys do forget about our live streaming, if you follow us, you will be getting those notifications that we are up live for you guys. Okay, so I want to see all those reactions out of you guys, because I'm not sure whether you guys are following our live stream. Okay, guys, so since I'm already giving out the signal out of the Australian dollar, you could be started to buy the Australian dollar side, guys. So I will be putting a tight stop losses. Target price could be much high, guys, because we are actually getting a good positions to enter this trade. Alright, so that will be the signal for tonight, guys. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll be leaving the screen for a while so you guys could look at the signal. Okay, it seems from my side no one has joined the chat room to ask me anything. Alright, so I will be continuing to see what has been going on the market. And let's check on the gold side. It hasn't been moving too much, guys, as I've seen, and I believe that could be the case on the silver signal. So if you guys do miss out on my live streaming, I've already shared my signal. It hasn't been too late yet if you guys want to follow us on this trade on the gold signal. So you guys could still follow us and try to trade near our entry prices. That could still be the good case because it hasn't run far away from our entry point. Okay, so let us check back on our second signal. Okay, it seems the prices are still near our entry prices, guys. So if you guys are interested to follow our gold and silver trade, you can try to enter it. And we will see how it goes later on, guys. Okay. So I will be continuing next with what has been going on the Japanese yen side, and with that there's a possibility we could be started to put a bullish positions against the Japanese yen. So we can try to buy USD Japanese yen. We could also probably trying to buy CAD Japanese yen with what we will be discussing soon. Okay, guys, so it won't be too long. I've adjusted the slides so it won't be too much and you guys won't be bored on that. So we have two data coming out from the Japan side, which would be one out of the unemployment rate, where we are currently seeing that it was dropping down from 2.7% dropped to 2.5%, and the job to applicant ratio also edged down 1.24 to 1.23, meaning there were less jobs, meaning that a lot of people are getting hired. As a result, we are seeing the unemployment rate going down by 0.2%. Moving on, we are also seeing the confidence coming out of Japan's largest firm is becoming more bullish than expected, where we are seeing that the index among the biggest manufacturers were held steady at around 13. Meanwhile, from the services sector, we are seeing it go higher by 1 point because a lot of expectations for these indexes were going down. But surprisingly, the data coming out from both data were quite positive for the Japanese side. As you guys could see from this graph, unemployment rate were going down. So as you guys could have seen, 2.7% right now going down towards 2.5%, down from 2.7%. And even the jobs to applicant ratio were also down from 1.24% towards 1.23%. So that's a very good indications out of Japan's economy. And as you guys could see, people on the biggest manufacturers firms in Japan are still pretty much bullish on the economy. As you guys could see, it's still going through that strong upward momentum. So technical could also be used in a lot of variety of data, guys. Okay. All right. So with that, what can we use out of those data? So one thing is for sure, with that positive view out of those data, one thing is for sure, guys, we could be bearish on the Japanese yen. Why? Because we do know when the economy is still developing well, meaning that unemployment rate is still going down, people are still bullish on the economy, GDP was still good enough, then that means that the Bank of Japan won't be hiking interest rates faster. And as a result of that, the Japanese yen could be weakened until the end of the year or until the Bank of Japan decides to hike the interest rates. That's why we are seeing the possibility of the Japanese yen could go weaker. But on the other hand, we also need to remember that Japanese yen is also considered one of the safe havens in the currency world, alongside the Swiss franc as well as the US dollar. So I think it won't be a good case right now to rush our decisions to trade, because currently we are seeing people are piling into the safe havens currencies such as the US dollar as well as the Japanese yen. So it's very much likely and much better for you guys to wait and let the trade to calm down before we are started to see some good trend indications coming out of the market. Okay guys, so that's why it's much better to see. As you guys could see, actually the market has been kind of slow against US dollar Japanese yen. I believe it would be just a sideways momentum, guys. Okay, so if you try to look almost all of the other currency pairs, we are also possibly seeing the chances of it touching just the resistance area, guys. As you guys could see on the euro side, I believe it will be the same case as well on the GBP side, and almost all of the other currency pairs. I will be showing you guys what I've been saying and telling you guys. Okay, so it's almost all reaching that resistance area, and it's much better to wait to get that confirmations of that breakout, even though we know that there's a huge possibility that the Japanese yen could go weaker. But with the arrival of that new escalations, that could probably bring back higher the Japanese yen currency. Okay, as you guys could see, it was just trading around those ranges, and I'm not seeing a lot of good developments coming out of those sites right now. Okay, okay guys, if you do follow us, you do know what I'm saying across the week. I'm seeing the possibility of that weakening. But right now, with the development of the latest economic data as well as the overall global geopolitical risk, there's a possibility that the Japanese yen could be on a neutral side, where people are thinking that the Japanese yen could be weakening due to the late rate hike. But there's also a possibility that the yen could be stronger with the upcoming of the geopolitical risk. Okay, so it's much better to wait for the confirmations whether it's going higher or whether it's going lower. But one thing is for sure, right now almost all of the Japanese yen pairs are trading on the sideways, as you guys have seen from what I've showing you guys from just now. Okay, so maybe let us put the focus and try to find the good trading momentums out of a clear uptrend directions. Okay. For now, the Australian dollar signal is still working, so we will be letting it run on its own, and I'm expecting that it could break higher than that and aiming for the third price target around here. Alright, so let us check back on the gold signal. Okay, it seems it hasn't moved much yet, guys, and I believe that could be the case also on the silver trade. Yep, it hasn't been moving much. Since our risks were quite limited, guys, I'm putting a very small risk. I will be gladly to let the trade run on its own as usual, with the possibility of it to rebound around this area. Okay, guys. Alright. So as usual, guys, if you want to get more updates from us, and I want to see your reactions, that whether you guys do follow our live stream, make sure that you give our video and live streaming likes, and remember to follow us so that you don't miss on any updates on our live streaming or our newest short video. Okay, guys. Alright, I want to see your reactions, guys. I want to see your likes, I want to see your thumbs up, I want to see that you guys have followed us. Okay, guys. So I will be more excited and I can share much more information for you guys. Alright. Okay, so let us check back on the euro side. Alright, so it seems even the euro doesn't even manage to get that strength to even rebound against the US dollar, really showing that weaknesses are still persistent on the euro currency. Okay, so next I will be talking on the euro side and what really happened on that continent, guys. Okay, so I'll be discussing next on the euro side and give you guys an update on what happened on the euro economy. Alright, so as you guys could see, overall we are seeing that the eurozone manufacturing PMI were actually up, but the data was still recorded a broad-based drawdown, especially from Germany, and there's also expectations that industrial productions will drop by around 1% in the third quarter. And with incoming orders plummeting fast, they will be expecting a drop down in productions. And we are also seeing that demand fell at the fastest level, even though factories also has tried to cutting prices, and the output price index showing that data. Meanwhile, we will be having one new data coming up from the Eurozone side, where they will be releasing its service PMI later due on Thursday, tomorrow, guys. And the expectation is the data will be falling down, showing that the Eurozone economy is not doing well on both manufacturing and services combined later on. So we will be getting that data on Thursday. So as you guys could see from this graph, that the overall sentiment is still not doing very well. Even industrial productions were expected to go down by another 1% in the third quarter. So it's showing us a bleak economy side of the euro area, and with the predicted PMI output is also saying it will be going down as well towards 44.48 later on. Alright, next we also have the newest data coming up from the Eurozone CPI data, guys. Okay, so for the very first time that the Eurozone inflations were down below 2% towards 1.8%. And that data has actually made a lot of investors that interest rate will be cut quicker and faster. And also we are also seeing the core inflations for also down to 2.7% in line with estimations. However, headline numbers are being depressed due to the volatile energy costs and will probably rise again towards the end of the year. And other gauges are still remaining stubbornly high, as we can see that services inflation, where a lot of people are seeing that was the main source of inflations on the Euro side, just dipped from 4.1% to 4%. And wage growth, a major driver of service costs, has been sticky, started to ease just by a little. And as a result of this Eurozone manufacturing PMI as well as the inflation data, we are seeing the Euro traded lower by 0.4%, retreating from the 2-year high, and money market are already seeing a 90% chances of this month's meeting to bring the third reductions on the Euro side. As you guys could see from this chart, this has shown what is the true inflation rate, but what the ECB policymakers have been looking for is the service inflations was sticky around 4%, hasn't moved much, as you guys could see from this graph. It's just trading around this area, but this is the most important data that the ECBs are looking for, and they are expecting it to go down at around 2%, which would be kind of hard alongside with wage growth, because right now even growth on the core inflation has been going down, showing some good signs from the previous 2.8%, but two of those data are still quite high on the service inflations as well as wage growth. And this is the result of the core of the inflation data, showing that on energy prices has been falling down by almost 6+%, services prices stubbornly high at around 4%, but we are seeing that the energy really helped to reduce the inflation sides toward 1.8%, with a downfall of almost a total of 6%. Meanwhile, we are seeing from the gain side still coming up from the food, alcohol, tobacco, as well as non-energy industrial goods. Overall, if this trend could be continuing, that will be the signs that the ECB will be starting cutting interest rates at the next meeting. As you guys could see, people are already betting on a bigger and faster ECB rate cut on the next 3 weeks. Okay guys, so with that data, what can we do out of it? So one thing is for sure, we still do see the possibility of the beginning of the euro currency. That's one thing for sure. But right now we just need to find a good trading pair that could help us to do that short momentum on the euro side. However, right now against the euro USD, it seems that shorting it will be just resulting in rebounding around this sideways range. Euro Japanese yen won't be a good trading pair for now because we are still in a neutral mode against the Japanese yen. But in terms of risk and reward, this could be one of the good choices, guys. But I won't be writing the signal, but it could be one of the good choices. Why? Because if you short around these prices, put your stop losses around this area, try to aim around this, you would get a risk reward ratio of almost around 4. So this could be one of the good trades out of the euro side, and against the Japanese yen, you could get a risk reward ratio of almost 4, guys. Okay, so that could be one of the good things. And one thing is for sure, guys, if you guys want to trade on it, it's much better to wait for that confirmations. Especially I'm a position trader, I will be like to see that long-term trade. If it doesn't happen, I think I won't be doing that trade, guys. Okay, so this could consist a good trading area for you guys. If you're a short-term trader trying to trade on that sideways range, this could be a good choice for you guys to try to short the euro Japanese yen for a quick a total of maximum 1-day trade. I believe could be able to reach around those price target, guys. Okay, or probably we can trade it against the euro GBP, because we know that the GBP currency is quite strong. Probably if you trade it against Euro CHF, probably we could get some good choices coming out of those. Okay. Okay, right now I'm seeing the possibility of Euro GBP could be one of those good trading pairs. Try to aim for just around here. So let us review back Euro GBP and Euro Japanese yen. But in terms of risk and reward, definitely this would be much more appetizing, guys, because it's very clear that right now we are in a resistance area on the Euro Japanese yen side compared to the Euro GBP, where it was still continuing that downtrend momentum and we are not getting that good positions on Euro GBP. Because right now, one thing's for sure, Euro GBP is on a big downtrend, as you guys could have seen from this graph, and we could be probably missing on that good entry point on Euro GBP compared to the Euro Japanese yen. But the trend is still pretty much clear, but I'm afraid that it's right now touching around the important support area as well. So I am more inclined to believe that the good trading pairs will be coming up from the Euro Japanese yen for now, because I'm seeing the possibility of a rebound touching that important support area, guys. Okay. That's why it's much better to find a good risk-reward ratio to enter the trades rather than looking at a clear downtrend. But if you're touching the support, there's a possibility of a quick rebound before continuing that trend. Okay, so I'm afraid it will rebound near this 0.834 before going lower for now. Yeah. There's a possibility of that happening. And in terms of risk and reward, it's much better to trade on the Euro Japanese yen. Okay, just to show you what I am talking about, guys. Okay, so it's much better to do the Euro Japanese yen trade rather than the Euro GBP, even though the trend is very much clear, it's moving downwards, but there is a possibility of it to rebound, reaching the resistance before going back lower, guys. Unless we get the confirmations of it going lower, then we can try to execute the Euro GBP trade. Alright, guys, so let me get back towards the Euro Japanese yen side. Unfortunately, the euro remains quite strong against the Japanese yen for now, guys. So probably let us check back towards the other currency. Alright, it seems right now the best trading pairs are coming out from Euro GBP, but it didn't really offer us a good entry point, honestly speaking, guys, because it's very near with the resistance and the target will be right now. The entry point doesn't really consist a good point. Okay, so probably I will be waiting for it to go lower than this and try to enter the trade later on, because it's very near the support area. I'm afraid that it could rebound and then going lower later on. So I'm afraid it will rebound around this area. If we could enter the trade around here, I would be much prefer to do this trade. Okay, guys. Now I will be much more wary of it. Okay. Unless it could break down that low that it just built on this hourly candle, I could be probably execute that trade. Okay, guys. Okay, let us check back on our signals. Okay, it seems that our signals haven't been moving too much, I guess, guys. And silver, gold, still trading around those ranges, I believe. It's the same case for silver, but at least right now in silver trade we are up by almost 10 cents, guys. Okay, so that's one of the good things. On the gold side, I will be inclined to see the possibility of that happening soon, but right now we are also in that rebalancing phase, trying to see as well. Okay, it seems that one data has been released out of the ADP data on the non-farm payrolls. It's not the official data, but it will be really affecting those trades. Okay. ADP unemployment change has been showing that a lot of people are getting hired. So that could be weakening the gold side because the economy is still doing well. There will not be a huge rate cut. So probably right now this trade could be easily hitting the stop losses after those data release, guys. Okay, but since we are still in a very good positions, I could suggest you guys to stop losses early as usual, guys. But it's much better to let the trade run on its own because the market hasn't been moving too much, honestly speaking, guys. And I'm also not seeing any huge market reactions for now. So I will be much prefer to let the trade run on its own and see what it could happen later on, guys. Alright, it seems that Euro currency has been giving us some good things. So let us check back on those trades. And actually right now there's a good possibility it could be going lower, guys, aiming for a total of 16 pips with a risk of 7 pips. Let us compare it with the Euro USD. I'm not seeing it will be a good trade on that side. Okay, in terms of risk and reward on this side, it just doesn't make any sense, I believe. It won't be giving us a lot of good risk and reward ratio. Yep, in terms of risk and reward, even though the market is really tempting us to do that short, but the risk and reward doesn't make any sense to do that trade, guys. Okay, so probably waiting for better choices to come up would be the better choice for now. So let us focus on the signals that we already have and try to see it later on. Okay, so it seems that silver trade is still holding up pretty much well compared to the gold counterpart. Has been weakening quite much but hasn't reached its stop losses yet, so I will be just letting the trade run on its own, hoping for a rebound around this area, trying to rebound later on. Okay, so I'll be discussing the last data coming out from the US side and how could it really impact gold yesterday night. Okay, so we are actually seeing that the US ISM manufacturing PMI will actually still remain the same, but it was still below that 50 mark, indicating contractions, and the rates of those decline is going down on the order side, and production is also easing up but remain in the contractions territory. Booking strength for 6 months, keeping productions constrained, pushing down the ISM's employment. And the details of the report showing subdued demand, including from overseas customers, also help to reduce prices pressure. Even cheaper input materials as well, because not a lot of people are producing stuff on the US side. Inventory shrank at the fastest pace this year, showing that a lot of producers are keeping the inventory intact, not producing too much of the items. Employment is also shrinking down, 4 months of contractions, and people are spending as well on the Australian dollar side. It seems that it hasn't reached our stop losses yet, which is a very good thing, and right now it returned to our entry prices. So that news coming out from the ADP unemployment changes doesn't really affect the market that much as people expected, and we are currently seeing that it started to rebound back higher, showing that good signs coming out of the market. So our signal mostly are still doing pretty much well, still returning to our entry prices. Stop losses hasn't hit yet, so everything is quite well until now. Okay, so okay, probably I will be trying to look at the oil market for now, guys. Okay, so what has happened since yesterday? All right, so the good oil market has actually been in a very dire situation for almost 3 to 4 to 5 months, guys. Okay, as you guys could see, the oil market was in a very dire situation. As you guys could look at this graph, it is showing us a very clear market situations where it was in a clear downtrend momentum on the oil market. One thing. The second thing is right now we are seeing the possibility of it breaking out of those downtrend. Why? Because we have that escalations on the Middle East, and the possibility of this gold oil prices could be going higher in the short term. But let us check on the longer term trend. So this is the long term trend, hasn't changed much yet as I expected, guys. Okay, so the overall long-term trend of the oil is still down, but right now we are expecting some momentum going up with that news coming out from the Middle East, and right now we could be probably doing some short-term trading on the oil market. So let us check back on the shorter time frame. But it seems that after a huge increase just in a matter of 1 hour, from 67 towards 70 in a matter of 1 hour, not a lot of price actions has been changing, guys. So I'm afraid we have already missed the biggest momentum to do that buy trade. But it was in line with our expectations that oil prices would be going lower and lower. That's one thing. The second thing is right now there's a possibility of it to reach this resistance and then unable to proceed higher. So that possibility still persists. Why? Because we are seeing that long-term trend of the oil market is going lower. Second thing, if the escalation started to ease, meaning that the supply will be returning, and we also know that the demand market has been getting some problem as well. So right now let us focus on the price actions, see what can we do out of this trade. Okay, right now we could be probably getting some bull flag signs on the market. So let us try to do that trade, probably breaking off the resistance for a while before heading back lower. Okay, so before I give out the last signal for tonight, make sure that you guys do give us a thumbs up and remember to follow us so you don't miss any updates on our live streaming and our videos, guys. Okay, so I want to see your reactions, guys, because I'm not sure whether you guys are watching the live streaming, guys. Okay, so I'm seeing a good possibility for buying the WTI/US oil. Entry prices at around 72.5, 72.51. Stop losses, I will be just putting it below this uptrend line, guys. 72.1. Price target price target 1. At around 72.9. Target price 2. Around this high, 73.1. Alright guys, it will be just a short-term trade, even though there's a possibility of that bull flag. But it's much better to aim for a safe target, because there's a possibility reaching the resistance and then dropping back lower, guys. Okay, so if you guys haven't entered trade, you can enter at lower prices, which will be a good thing. So let me readjust it for a while. So if you guys could enter at a lower prices, definitely that will be a good thing. So if you guys haven't entered trade, you could enter at around 72.4 towards 72.5. And put your stop losses just below 72.1. Okay, that would be one of the good risk and reward setup for us tonight on the US oil market. Okay, so as usual, I believe I have discussed most of this signal for you guys regarding Australian dollar, Japanese yen, euro, USD, gold, silver, as well as the oil market. As usual guys, you need to pay attention towards this key setup. And if you guys have any other questions, but I'm not seeing any questions from my side. And as usual guys, if you want to have that instant live discussions with me, you guys gonna need to click on that link on the descriptions, or you can guys click on the profile tab and look out for that link, so you guys could join the chat room and have a chat with me to ask me anything guys, because right now I'm not seeing any chat from you guys. Okay, so if you guys want to get the news update on our trading plans and live stream, you can register yourself as a member and on track to become a profitable trader, because if you register yourself as a member, you could get an exclusive signal out of us and also the other traders, and you could get more signals outside the live streaming hours. Okay, so I'll be ending my live streaming sessions. It will be continued by my partner Jaden, who will be continuing today's live streaming guys. Okay, so I will be seeing you guys tomorrow as usual at 12 p.m. London time. So if you guys haven't followed us, make sure that you follow us and give us a like and thumbs up, so that you guys don't miss any updates from us. And when we start live streaming, you will be getting notified if you follow us. Okay guys, so make sure that you do that and don't miss any signals from us. Okay guys, remember guys, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow at the same time as today. Okay guys, okay, bye.
Rises out of the N-shaped pattern and
Hey, so let's begin today live sections today. Okay, so we have been just announcing the one of the most important data will be the ATP non-farm payroll employment change. This data is actually quite important, and from the trend, we can see one of the few factors. So from what we can see is that the employment side is going better. So going back to the data, you can see that from June, July, August, September, the data is going lower and lower, and last month September it's around 99K. This month is about 143K. So this is really giving some kind of support from the dollar index, and you can see that from the data, from the product itself, we can see the dollar index has been going higher. As we already mentioned, dollar index is probably going higher. This one is internal sites. So once the internal is going higher, we are likely to continue going higher and higher and reaching through certain area. Okay, so uh before we begin, as usual, I hope you guys follow us, give us a like, and then we'll have more motivations to continue do this kind of live stream. Okay, so hopefully you subscribe us and like us our video so that we can continue to do our great work to you guys. Okay, and we'll be also doing live streams and also signals and so on. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so as we mentioned mentioned this week. So let's recap what we have been saying. Okay, we have been saying that the dollar index is likely to go higher and reaching through a high first, and then after that will be going lower. So right now we can see that the price has been continue reaching through this high. Do you still remember what we have been saying? Okay, if you're not remember, it's okay, and we will be trying to again to talk about it. Okay, so we already mentioned that the dollar index is swiping off this low, okay, liquidity grab. Once the liquidity grab is going on, and we are expectations that the price will be reaching through this liquidations. So we already mentioned that the price will be going here, and once the price is going here, usually will be giving us some kind of rebalancing out. So you can see that the price do really rebalancing out from the 50 minutes. Okay, so you can see that the price do really bounce back and going back here and then continue going higher. So right now what we can see is that the bullish momentum is still on hold, and doing short is really suicidal. So it's actually doing long is much more better than rather than doing shorts. Okay, so as we talk again, please like and subscribe, and so that we can continue do our live streams and provide good signal to you guys. Okay, hopefully you do give us a like and subscribe. Okay, so let's talk about what's the market situations. Okay, so from what we can see right now, the dollar index is going higher and the data is showing higher. This week there's a lot of data has been supporting dollar index. Okay, one, the risk situations. Okay, so we'll be writing down so you guys know what is going on. Okay, so risk situations. Okay, so the first issue is the risk situations. So we can see that yesterday we not really comfortable to talk about it. So it's about the war between some country to some countries. So because of that, we can see that the risk situations has been going higher. The dollar index has been going strong. Okay, so we can see that the dollar index has been going strong. So let's make it bigger so that you can see what I've been saying. Okay, so risk situations is going higher, and what are the products is forming supports. So first the dollar index. Okay, the dollar index has been forming support, the JPY, the CHFs, and also the gold market. Okay, so this is actually forming a support and continue going higher. So you need to know that what's affected on where once the once the news has been announced. So you can see that the dollar index has been going high. The dollar index has been going high. The dollar index has been going higher, and the JPY has been going higher. The CHF has been going higher. The gold has been going higher. Then which of the product is going lower? Then this few products has been going lower. So let's say the stock indexes. Okay, stock indexes. So the stock indexes has been continue going lower. Okay, and what else? The Bitcoin. Okay, and crude oil is going really high. Later on, we'll be talking about it. And AUD pairings, New Zealand pairings, and maybe on the CAD pairings as well. Maybe. Okay, so these are the pairings affected on the lower sides. So let's make it more clearer. Okay, so these are the pairings that it's going lower. Okay, shit. Okay, so these are the pairings it's going lower. So for more easy to watch, let's make it another color. Okay, so let's make it blue. Okay, so we can see that the dollar index has been going higher, risk situations forming, and what is causing up. Okay, the first one is the dollar index, JPY, CHF, and gold market. So you can see that this product is going higher. Okay, and which other product is going lower? This the other products has been going lower. So for example, this product it's going lower. Okay, so you can see that this is actually what is going on and continue going lower. This is one of the situations causing the dollar index to this week situations. Okay, so the first one is this. So this is one of the reasons why that the dollar index is going higher. Second, okay, the second point. So let's make it on the second point. Okay, so second point is actually on the data itself. So we can see that yesterday the JOLTS is going great, higher than expectations. The ADP non-farm payroll data is also going great as well. ADP non-farm employment change, okay, employment change, it's also going great. So we can see that this is also one of the factors that causing the dollar index going higher. So this is the second thing that causing the dollar index going higher. So reaching back, so this is the second thing. So going back, reaching out, second, and this is one of the second things that why the dollar index is going higher. Okay, because the data is going strong. And what really affected on the Federal Reserve will be people is guessing that the Federal Reserve, the Fed might be lowering down, lowering down the interest rates. So we can see that the interest rates has been dropping to 25 basis point, and this is also one of the main thing that the price of dollar index is going higher. Okay, so this is the two major things index is going higher. Okay, so this is the two major things that why the dollar index has been going higher. The technical issues, it's also reaching through a certain overbought, so it's likely to forming some kind of support and likely to give dollar index going higher. Okay, so is this a is this a bigger trend or is this a shorter trend? The answer is this is a shorter trend. Okay, comparing to other countries, okay, like Australia or maybe New Zealand countries, you can see the interest rates comparing to other countries, dollar index. I mean, the Federal Reserve might be lowering down quite faster comparing to the other countries. So, for example, the Australia inflation rate is actually quite high compared to other countries, and also the employment situation is quite tight as well. So it might be continue maintaining on the high interest rates. So from the other factors on point, we are likely to see the dollar index in the future will be going on the downtrend. So this kind of these two situations is just giving a dollar dollar index some kind of breath taking and going back towards a retracement. Because why? A lot of people might be doing shots from here, doing shots from here, and doing shots from here as well. Maybe people thinking that this might be a resistant area, and people might be trying to do shots from here. But but it is actually this is a supporting level and reaching back and breaking through. So you need to know what is the market is going on. Once the market is going on, it's likely to continue going higher as well. Okay, so as usual, hopefully you like and subscribe to our channel so that we have much more motivations to continue to do our works, and I will be also giving out signals as well. Okay, so but if you really wanted to, you also can uh, join our channels, and we might be giving out free indicators in the futures. So this is actually quite important. So the risk situations is going higher. Okay, so risk situations, the country's war or something like that. So the dollar index, JPY, CHF, gold has been continued going higher. Stock indexes, cryptocurrencies, Australia, New Zealand, CAD has been going lower. And the second factors is that the JOLTS and today the anti-man non-farm payroll is actually quite not quite unexpected. I was actually expected that might be lower, but if this data is going higher, we can see that the Federal Reserve might be lowering down on the interest rate to the 25 basis point. Oh, another thing that we need to be aware of is the third point. The third point is reaching back will be also here. Okay, the third point is actually quite important. Is the Federal Reserve, Federal the Federal Chairman of Federal Reserve. Okay, Federal Reserve has been saying one of the few points. Okay, so it's actually have been saying some of the key points. Okay, so what are the points? Is actually saying that in November, in 2020, in 2024, likely to drop two times of interest rates, two times, and will be total of 50 basis point. Okay, so this is actually giving some kind of support from the dollar index as well. So this is a few of the factors that causing the dollar index to form a really strong support. So you can see the JOLTS, the risk situations, the JOLTS, ATP non-farm employment change. The chairman, Federal Reserve has been signaling down will be dropping two times, a total of 50 basis points. So meaning by 25 in November and December will be another 25. Causing by that, dollar index has been forming a really strong supporting line. So this is one of the key factors that we need to know about it. Okay, so let's go back to to the technical parts. So I'll be also preparing some of the charts to you guys. So later on, I'll be talking about much more about it. So going back, we know that is what is going on the dollar index. Let's do a top-down analysis. Okay, so let's clear out everything. Okay, so using a bigger time frame, what we can see, okay, do you think that this is an uptrend or downtrend? You need to know what is going on. Okay, so from the bigger time frame, we can see that it's actually going downwards. So what is going on? You can see that the price is grabbing this liquidations, forming back to this order block. Price has been forming manipulations, displacement, and rebalancing out, and then after that, it's been continue going lower and lower. So as we already mentioned, we need to know that the market is going liquidity to another liquidity. So this is really important. Okay. So once the market has been reaching through a certain liquidity, okay, the price will be forming some kind of support. Okay. Because why? Because a lot of maybe a retail trader will be doing some kind of break of structure, and then will be continue doing long. So usually will be forming some kind of retracement after the price reaching through this liquidity area. Okay, so what we can see here, okay, from the bigger time frame, we can see that the price has been reaching through this liquidations. We have been saying a lot of times. So you can see that the price has been reaching through this kind of liquidity area. Okay, so once the price has been reaching through this liquidity, what we can see, price has been going back on the lower sides. So from what we can see right now, what is going on? So we can see that the price has been forming here, grabbing this and going back to the rebalancing phase, going on the lower sides. So what we can see now is that the price is going to the external to the internal range. So where we are at, what we can be expect. We can expect that the price might be reaching through at least 50% range. So it's at least reaching through this area. So you can see that the price do really reach through this area. Going back from the weekly time frame, because this is a bigger time frame, we cannot see a uh really good I mean really direct what is going on in the small in the bigger time frame. So we need to change to a lower time frame. Going back to 4 hour time frame, what we can see that the market is going back towards upwards. So from what we can see, the price has been grabbing liquidations from here, and then this is forming back on the lower sides, going on the lower, grabbing our liquidity. And once the liquidity has been grabbed and reaching through this certain area on a liquidity area, this is where we already mentioned before. Once the price has been reaching through this certain area, what it is going on? You can see that the price will be going through another liquidity area. So you can see that the price has been breaking through and continue going higher and reaching through this liquidations. We already mentioned that the price will be at least going through here. Why? Because this is the 50% this area. The high to the low and going back to this 50% liquidity area. Once the price has been reaching through this 50% area, where we need to see, usually will be going back to the usually will be forming back towards upwards liquidity area. So the fair value gap. So where is the fair value gap that we can see? So this has been grabbing on. So we might need to see the price will be reaching through this area. That's a possibility reaching through this area. So this is the area that we might need to be aware of. And this might be our point of interest. Okay. So right now we can see that the price has been grabbing this liquidations has been going higher from the 4 hour time frame from here. Okay, so you can see that using here we also can try to do analysis as well. You can see that the price has been reaching sites going higher, break of structure. So what we can see, we are likely to see that the price is going higher and reaching through this at least. So because of that, we're using a 50-minute time frame. So once the price has been reaching through here, grabbing out, break of structure, manipulations, displacement outside. So what we can see, we will be waiting for the price to go through this this order block, this fair value gap. Once the price has been reaching through this fair value gap, what we can see that the price will be reaching on the higher sides. So right now, our time frame, our bias of the week, of the day is bullish. So doing long, it's much more beneficial and also it's a good thing to do long right now. And we are likely to see some kind of rebounding back, and then the price will be continue going higher. Okay, so let's see the comment section below. So there's no any questions, so we'll be continue going on. And as we already mentioned, please like and subscribe to our channels. We'll be also have a lot of things in the futures. We will be having a lot of short videos to letting you guys the summary what is going on from the markets. Or we doing short videos of the technical parts. If you like and subscribe, we also might be providing free indicators to you guys to helping you guys on the trading sections. Okay, remember to like and subscribe. Okay, so let's continue on the topics. Okay, Okay, so this is what we can expect from today. So going back using this, and we'll be using Control Y and see what is going on. So you can see that the market is accumulations from here. Okay, using a smaller time frame, what we can see, market is accumulations from here. Okay, this is the accumulations. Okay, accumulations. And where is the manipulations? Manipulations will be here. Okay, so this is the manipulation phase. So once the manipulation phase has been formed, where we can expect the distributions. So this is the distributions is going on. Okay, so we'll be changing another color. Okay, so you can see that this is what accumulations, manipulations, and distributions. So overall of the day, of the trend of the day, we are probably is going on the higher time frame. It's likely to continue going higher. Okay, because this is accumulations, manipulations, and once the manipulations has been formed, what we will be waiting for break of structure, change of you can say change of character, displacement, anything, but it's actually going out of displacement. Once the displacement has been formed, we can try where the fair value gap to do long. Okay, time and price, it's really important. Okay, so what is time and price? Time and price is actually just really direct, is actually telling you guys that uh in specific time, what how does the price is forming and will be reacting on. Okay, this is really straightforward. So usually will be forming on the lowest of the day, will be on the London sections. In Malaysia or maybe in Singapore or Malaysia Singapore time, it will be happening on 3 to 5 p.m. Okay, so 3 is what? It's 10. So you can see that it's actually on what we expectations. So this is a 10, 11, 10, 3, 4, 11, 12. So this is our lowest of the day. So where you can see that is lowest of the day. Lowest or highest of the day. It depends on what is your bias. So going back, you can see also the same 10, 10, or 12. Okay, so you can see that forming on the lowest of the day, not lowest. Okay, usually this might be the Asian section might be the lowest, but it also forming the lowest, the second lowest of the day, if you know what I mean. Okay, going back, you also can see that this is what time is it? Going back on the 10, okay, see 10 and going back to 13, okay, okay, 13 or I mean, okay, 12, sorry, okay, 12. So you can see that usually we're forming lowest of the day in 10 on 12. So we can expectation is that the dollar index is going higher. Okay, okay, before we start analyzing on other pairings, and I will be also talking the same thing, please like and subscribe to our channel so that we can actually we have more motivations to continue doing live stream together, and we also will be having a lot of things in the futures. Hopefully you do really enjoy our live streamings. Okay, so going back going back going back from the PPT. So let's talk about the PPT sections. So you as you can know, we usually will be preparing on the PPT section. So okay, so let's go on. And what has happened yesterday? Just now we have been seeing a few of things, why that the dollar index has been going higher, but now we are talking about much more details about it. So yesterday, the most important thing, one of the new biggest news is the war between uh, countries. Okay. The second thing is the JOLTS, the ISM Manufacturing Index, and so on. So we'll be more emphasized on this data and talking about what is going on. Okay. So from the number available job in US has been growing. So what is JOLTS? Okay, so everyone, uh do you really know what is JOLTS? JOLTS is actually a data. It's reflecting on the opening jobs on the US, meaning that one if there's more opening jobs, the data will be reflecting higher than expectations. So what causes higher job demand? Okay, the one of the biggest factors is that the economy is going well. Okay, so if the economy is going well, the company will be hiring more people to do the jobs and will be yeah, do the jobs. So it's actually reflecting on the economic situation. So this data is showing higher expectations. This is not what I'm really expecting on. So we can see that the employment has been going strong. The ATP, the GLTS is going strong. Okay, so there were an estimate on 5.04 million job openings in August and increasing from the outwardly revising on 7.71 millions in July. So you can see that it's actually a really big gap comparing from August to July. Okay, so this what is indication on? The indication that there is some underlying stability in the labor market despite on the slower job growth overall. So you can see that overall the job growth has been slowing down, but it's going stability. So this is really shocking to me from what I can see. So why? Because from the past data we can see that the economy situation is slowing down, but right now we can see that there's some bouncing back from the employment sites. So where which sector has contribution the most? Okay, one of the contribution the most is the constructions, the transportations, warehouse, and also the utilities, and also the states of the local governments. Employment has been also going higher as well. So you see that constructions, okay, is good. Transportations, okay. Warehouse, utilities. So from this, what we can see, from this, we can see that it's actually reflecting on the service sector. So we can see that the service sectors has been forming some kind of support. And this might be also will be reflecting on tomorrow ISM service sector. Okay, so this might be reflecting on the ISM service PMI. So this also might be giving some kind of support from the dollar index. Okay, other than that, we also can see that which of the sector has been going lower. Okay, shrank across many service sector. Okay, and that includes finance, arts, and entertainment. So this three sector has been going lower. So from what we can see right now, if you are trading stocks, what we can trade right now, okay, uh, you can try to trade defensive stocks like Walmart. So Walmart is actually really strong on the stock, so you can actually look through it. Okay. Other than that, you can see that the entertainment, the luxury products, might be facing some kind of pressure. So luxury products will be LVMH, if I'm not mistaken. LVMH. Yeah. Yes, LVMH might be going through a really strong decline. See, you can see that the price of LEMH has been going through a strong decline. So going back, let's see, letting you guys see. Okay, okay, shit. Okay, so you can see that LVMH has been going lower. Why? Because people will be much more conservative in the future. The economic situations is facing really uncertainty. So LVMH, those luxury products will be facing a lot of pressure. So you can see that LVMH has been grabbing this liquidations, okay, from here to here, grabbing this liquidations. Once the liquidation has been formed in the bigger time frame, what we can expect, the price will be going back to the imbalance 50%. So where is it going on? Will be going back to this 50% range. So where is the 50% range? 50% range will be around this area. So you can see that the price is showing some kind of support from here. Okay, forming some kind of support from here. So you can see that the price is grabbing liquidations, going lower. So where we can see, we'll be using 1 hour time frame, and we can see that the price has been breaking through, going lower, breaking through, going lower, and we are likely to continue to going lower and maybe recapping from here. Okay, so this is, you can see that luxury items has been putting a lot of pressure. The next, you can see what is going strong, Walmart. So I also have been trying to look on the stocks. So you can see that even though yesterday there's a really big news, the war between each countries and so on. I'm not really okay to talk about it, but you can see that the market is going strong on the Walmart because why? Defensive stocks. So defensive stock Walmart is one of those. So you can try to look through on it. So you can see that the Walmart is going strong. Okay, the simple indicator you can technical parts you can use is the parallel line. So for example, Steven like to use the parallel line, so you can see, you can try to make it here, here, and here. You can see that the price is forming going higher. Okay. But if you like to use other technical stuff, you can see that bigger time frame, going back to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that the price is going higher and where we'll be reaching through liquidity to another liquidity. So this is really important, and we are likely to see the price will be reaching through this liquidations. Going back to the 1 hour time frame, where is it? We are likely to see some kind of rebalancing out from here. Okay, so where we can expect the price has been rebalancing from here, from the 15-minute time frame. So we'll be using oh shit, here, okay, this area, and make it green to letting you guys know this is a supporting area. So you can see the price has been forming support. Going back to the 5-minute charts, so where we can see the price has been forming support but didn't really break through, going lower, breaking higher, going lower, breaking higher. If we want to see a price to go higher, we need to see the price to break through a certain resistance area and then rebalancing out, and then it's likely to continue going higher. But I'm thinking that this might be holding on and it's likely to continue going higher in the future. Okay, so this is what we can see right now. Overall, the price of Walmart is going higher. Defensive stock will be much more beneficial right away. Okay, going back to our charts. Okay, so this is what is really going happening, but let's go back to the market situations. Okay, so the same thing as well. Before we talk about the continued sessions, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel so that we have much more motivations to talk about it and grow together. And we'll be also doing a lot of sharing as well. We'll be sharing the technical parts, the fundamental parts, and we'll be also announcing on the indicators, communities, and so on. Please follow us and hopefully you like our contents about it. Okay, so going back to the charts, we already analyzing on the dollar index. Make it short. Right now, the dollar index is going strong and has been already forming some kind of manipulations, accumulations. Already mentioned before, accumulations, and this is the manipulation phase. This is the manipulation phase, and this is the distribution. Okay, so right now we can see that once the distribution has been formed, we are likely to form some kind of rebalancing on the lower sides. So where is it going on the lower sides? We are preparing on this because the price has been reaching through this certain area. So this might be giving out some kind of trading opportunity. So where do we looking through? I might be looking to do shorts on the Euro USD. I'm really liking to do Euro USD. Okay, so where is it going on? So because this is the market maker sell model reaching on the lower sides, and this the price has been grabbing this highest point, the liquidity area has been falling. Okay, so you can see that the price has been grabbing this liquidations. So once the price has been grabbing this liquidations, what we can expect? We can expect that the price is going lower and right now is rebalancing out. So where is it going on? We are likely to see some kind of fair value gap from here. So we can actually just do shorts from here, okay? And then just do shorts and make it to the lower sides. Maybe not much, around 200 pips. So, but I think we can actually just do shorts. So right now, let's do a trade together. Okay, so we just really do shorts and see what is going on. Okay, higher, going higher. Okay, I think let's do short either way. Okay, so make it here, reaching out from here. Reaction is not that good to be honest, but I'm thinking should be okay because this is the internal, external to the internal sides, and we are likely to get 1 to 1. Not really liking the risk-reward ratio. We can just try because overall the dollar index is going strong, and we are probably will be reaching through this level. Okay, this level. Okay, so this is our first trade of the day. Okay, so what do you think? Do you think that the Euro USD is going higher, or do you think that this Euro USD is going through a retracement? But overall, our expectation is that the price is going on the lower sides. So let's see how it happens later on. Because we already mentioned dollar index is likely to continue going higher, maybe reaching through much more lower from here, but this might be reflecting on the Euro USD going on the lower sides. Okay, doing on the top-down analysis part from the Euro USD parts, what we can see that Euro USD is actually forming some kind of the manipulations from this and distributions looking from here, and then the price has been going, oh, wait a moment, this might be something else. Okay, uh, let's canceling out everything and close out the charts first and do a top-down analysis. Okay, so let's close up everything and we'll be doing a top-down analysis with everyone. Okay, so you need to know the bigger time frame. Okay, you need to know that bigger time frame, higher time frame equal to lower time frame. So let's do an analysis part with the Euro USD. So we have been doing shorts, everyone. Okay, we have been doing shorts. So where do we do shorts? It be here. So why we do shorts? Okay, later on we'll be talking much more details about it, but we are likely to see the dollar index to continue going higher and reaching much more lower. So where is the lower sides? We are likely to see the price to reach to maybe if you want me to really guess on, I probably maybe around uh, this sort of thing going lower. Yep, I also might be reaching here. Let's see. Yeah, the lower sides from here. Yeah, probably will be reaching down here. But if you are bigger time frame, might be reaching through this area, reaching through. But let's see how it turns out. Okay, so let's do a top-down analysis why I'm thinking on doing shorts on Euro USD. Okay, so everything we need to see the bigger time frame. Bigger time frame, just zone out. Okay, once you take out the bigger time frame, just zone out what is going on. So from the zone out, what we can see, the price has been manipulations from here, and the price is going higher from here and rebalancing out, grabbing the liquidity, last push lower, and then has been continue going higher and higher. So as we already mentioned, the market price usually going liquidity to another liquidity area. So where is the liquidity area that the price is reaching to? Here. Okay. So is there any reasons the market going higher? it's not really likely. Okay, you need to know, as we already telling you guys, that once the market going higher, reaching through this high, we need to have some rebalancing. Only that the price is going higher. Okay, for example, like here. Okay, you can see that from here, the price is going higher. Okay, then going back to the lower sides, only that will be going higher. So same case as well, you can see that the price is going higher from here, grabbing these liquidations, and then what is going on will be going on the lower sides. Okay, so the price has been reaching through this liquidation. So this is the weekly or the daily. So we can see, if we want to have much precise, I think we can make it on the weekly. So we'll be using the 4 hour time frame. So for our time frame, this is the liquidations area. So where we can see this is the manipulations. So from what we can see from this, you can see that the market is going strong from here. Strong, strong, strong. Manipulations, displacement, forming fair value gap might be going strong, but you can see that the price has been disrespecting on the bullish momentum, and what we can see, the bearish momentum has been carried away. Manipulations, displacement, internal to external, and then continue going on the lower sides, rebalancing out on the bigger time frame and going to the external sides. And what is going on? And external is going on, and then this is the internal and reaching on the lower sides. So you can see that it's actually forming on the lower to higher, higher to lower. This is really important. Okay, going back to the weekly time frame, you can see that the price is going lower. Going back to the 4 hour time frame, we need to have matching, okay, bigger time frame matching with the total time frame, so that your probability will be much more higher. So from here we can see that the price has been going lower, okay, and then the last push, grabbing this liquidity area from here. Okay, so this is the liquidity area that the price is forming. I think let's make it 1 hour, should be more precise about it. Okay, yeah, 4 hours should be fine. Okay, so you can see that the price has been grabbing liquidity, and what we can see, this is the manipulations, displacement, and what we can see, a last push up, okay, rebalancing up, and the price breaking through this level. So once the price has been breaking through this level, what we can expect, the price is continue going lower and lower and reaching through, maybe here is our area. Wow, this is actually a really good place. I think we can make it our TP area, our TP area, TP area much more lower, maybe reaching through this level, so that our risk reward ratio much more better. Okay, so you can see that need to having a bigger time frame with the middle time frame is matching, and then going back to the lower time frame to the 50 minutes. So what we can see, because our bias is bearish, so time and price. So time and price is, we already mentioned what, accumulations. Okay, this is the accumulation phase. So once the price has been accumulate, where is the manipulations? So this is the manipulation phase. So we will be marked it as the red line. So once the manipulation has been phased, where is going on? It's going back to the distributions. So once the distributions has been formed, what we can expect, it's likely to continue going on the lower side. So this is the higher point, so we can just straight away just do shorts, and probably will be reaching through this area. So you can see that I'm actually using weekly time frame. Okay, shit, what is going on? Okay, weekly time frame, 4 hour time frame, and then changing to 50-minute time frame to do a trade. Okay, so you actually can see that I'm actually matching every story to my analysis, the weekly, daily, 4 hour, and so on. If you are much more details about it, you actually can use a market maker model. So market maker model is much more details about it. So for example, rebalancing out, so you can see that this is actually a market maker model reaching back to the to this I mean, this fair value gap, once the price has been reaching through this fair value gap, the price will be likely to continue going on the lower side. It depends on what is your bias. Okay. So this is what is happening. And as well, we are likely to see, okay, okay, we are likely to see the Euro USD is going lower. Okay, so we have been giving out signal, and this signal is actually quite great. I'm thinking that it might be giving out some kind of push, but in the end, it's likely to go lower. So you can see that it's actually a really good trade from this one. So we are likely to go on the lower sides and reaching through this. Okay, this might be a last chance to going higher. And once the high has been going on, then it's likely to continue going on the lower sides. Why? Because another factor is that the dollar index is likely to continue going higher and reaching through this level. Maybe reaching through this, but eventually the price of dollar index is likely to continue going on the higher pace. Okay, so let's talk about the next one. Okay, the GBP Okay, so let's talk about the GBP pairings. Okay, so let's closing out everything and make it on the bigger time frame. Okay, okay, so as we continue as well, hoping you guys like and subscribe, and hopefully you do really enjoy our lessons. Okay, so going back on the bigger time frame, what we can see the price of the monthly time frame. To be honest, GBUSD is a really strong pairing. So from here, you can see that the price manipulations going back internal to external, okay, and then manipulation displacement internal to external. Once this is going strong, we are likely to see some kind of retrenchment. To be honest, I was thinking some kind of retrenchment, but it's likely to continue going higher, and we are trying to see this area. So this is the fair value gap area that we are hopefully the price will be reaching through. Okay, so this is the fair value gap area that we are hoping the price will be reaching through. So right now, what is going on? It's going on the manipulations displacement. Okay, and displacement what internal to external. So right now is actually going back to the internal sides. So going back to the internal, what we can see, we will be also going on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so what is going on from here? This is actually a really good one, to be honest, to talk about it. So right here, we can see that the price from here manipulate everyone. A lot of people might be doing long from here because you can see that break of structure, a small break of structure might be follow up. A lot of people might be doing long. Okay, so you can see that the price has been reaching through, going grabbing, and this has been forming some kind of manipulations. Once the price forming manipulations, displacement on the lower sides. If you want to much more details about it, you can actually use a 50-minute time frame, but not really recommended. So you can see that this is the manipulations. Once this displacement has been formed, okay, manipulations, rebalance, displacement, and we can actually just do shots afterwards. But you can see that because this is the 4 hour time frame shaking out, so once the price do really break through this area, we are likely to see that the price is going on the lower sides. So you can see that the price, once the price has been breaking through here, it's likely to continue on the lower sides. So right now we are doing shots. Okay, it's the same thing. So what we can see right now, So from what we can see, the price has been grabbing this liquidations. So this is a liquidity area that the price has been grabbing. So going back to the 50 minutes and reaching through a 4-hour fair value gap should be around here. So you can see that the price do really reach through this fair value gap area. Once the price has been reaching through this fair value gap area, what we can see, the price is reflecting on. Going back to the 50 minutes, so what we can see, this is the manipulation phase, displacement, okay, manipulations, displacement, rebalancing up and going up. So we actually just can do shots about it. But if you are want much more details about it, you can do shots from here. Once this has been reached, we can try to do shots and putting our stop loss above here, okay, above here, trades, okay, above here, and then we can make it below to this level. I think we can try to make it because this is the 4-hour time frame and we are likely to see the price to reach through this area. Okay, so this is actually a really good trade that we can try to do on. I think we can just do another trade. I'd rather do this much more better. So we can actually just do trades from here, 20 pips, getting 40, 40 or 30. Yeah, we actually can do it. I'm not so sure the price will reach you to ourselves. Yeah, I think we can just do a short and just putting our stop loss above because this is the highest, maybe around here, and put our TP area to the lower sides, grabbing 124. Yep. The best entry should be here, but not so sure is it possible that the price do really going through that. But we are likely to see the price is continue going lower, but the best entry will be this red line. Okay, so this is the level that we might be entering on. Okay, so to summarize, Euro USD and GBP USD is likely to going lower, and we are probably reaching on the lower sides. Okay, so going back, now let's talk about our charts. Okay, the next thing. Okay, so let's go back to our PPT area. Okay, the next thing what we can say, the next thing we'll be talking about the CME wash through. So this is really interesting as well. From the past few days, we can see that the CME wash through is going higher and higher to the 25 basis point. So you can see that in Monday, it's 57%, 58%. On Tuesday is 60%. And right now, today is 61.6% towards 25 basis point, and 50 basis point is 38.4%. So this is one of the main reasons that the dollar index has been going a really strong bullish momentum. Okay. Other than that, the next thing I will want to talk about the sector map. Sector map is actually really important. So what is this showing? Okay, you'll be quite curious about it. What is this? Okay, why this showing red and what is sometimes showing might be brown and why some showing green? Okay, this is actually a sector map. So stock indexes SP 500, it consists 500 stocks. So 500 stocks including on the sectors. So sectors, we have technologies. Technologies will be Microsoft, Ocular, um, Adobe, and so on. Okay, semiconductors we have Nvidia, AMD, uh, Micron, and which one as well? Qcom and so on. Okay, financial we got JPM, the banks. Okay, the consumer electronics we have what? Apple, the most important. And other than that, we have communication service, you have Google, Meta, telecom service, we got the telecom service, entertainment, you have Netflix, Disney, and so on, healthcare plus, medical device, and real estate, okay, and consumer cylinder, okay, consumer defensive. This is one of I really like right now, this sector, because the economic situation is going through some kind of roughly path, maybe uncertainty issues. So Walmart might be forming a lot of spots, and we have the energy sectors, utilities, basic materials, and so on. So you can see that there's a lot of sectors. But from this, you can see from the economic situations, you will be knowing that what of the sectors you need to be aware of. So, for example, if the sector, if for example, yesterday we have a biggest news. So what is going on? Let's see the index showing green, showing lower. Okay. Okay. So going back, yesterday we have been seeing a lot of news. The JOLTS, the what else? Okay, the war between two countries, and you can see that the energy sector has been forming the most supporting line. Okay, energies and sector utilities. So once the war has been happening, usually will be forming some kind of support from the oil because oil demand would be greatly increasing, and other than that, the gold markets, the silver, and so on. So you can see that the energy sector has been going on, and other sector has been forming a really big pull down, such as the technologies, the semiconductors. So semiconductors such as Nvidia, I'm thinking that in the long run is going through a uptrend, to be honest. So this downtrend might be giving you kind a really good entry. So later on we can talk about it. Okay, if you really want to know more about it, you can at the comment sections, please press one, or you can follow us, like and subscribe, so that we have much more motivations to continue to work on. Okay, so let's see the comment section below. Okay, so far we don't have any comment sections right now. So um, let's see. Okay, so right now we have the what we have been saying. Okay, so because of the news, we can see that the energy sector has been forming supports, the utilities. Other than that, the technology, semiconductors, consumer electronics, software applications has been forming a really bearish momentum. Okay, so this is really important. Going back to the stock market. So let's see to the stock market. Okay, so JPUSD we have been gaining not much, maybe some profits, but the Euro USD might be much more effective. So you can see that this is actually a really good trade. So external to internal. So this is, you can see manipulations, distributions, and this is going back to the supporting the supporting line, and we are likely to see what continue going lower. Okay, so do you follow our trades? If you want more our trades, please subscribe and like, and we'll be posting much more signals to you guys. Okay, the analysis part and so on. Okay, please like and subscribe, everyone. Okay, please like and subscribe. Hopefully you giving us our likes, giving more likes will be giving much more giving us more motivations to continue do our live stream together. Okay, so let's see, is there any like? Okay, I don't see any like on the YouTube, so hopefully we can see some of the like button on the YouTubes and so on. So let's see. Show. Okay, so for wait a moment, Okay, so okay, so going back to the stock, let's go through the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, we already mentioned that the price is going on the liquidity sides and is respecting on this level. So we are probably going on the lower sides. So what we can see, the price going higher and continue going lower. So let's do a top-down analysis part. I'm thinking that the price is going through a supporting level, to be honest. So let's talk about the cryptocurrency. I think a lot of people it's much more interesting on this one. So let's see. Okay, so cryptocurrency is actually really interesting. Let's use SMC method. So we can see that the price has been in the longer time frame, the price has been grabbing liquidations, going up, reflecting on this one, and then going higher. Right now, we can see that the market is still going through a rebalancing phase. So going back to the 4 hour time frame, we are likely to see on a downtrend and reaching through certain level. My guess is reaching through this order block. Okay, this order block, and then after that, the price might be reaching through the higher plates. So I will be probably keep on doing shorts. Okay, so going back to the 4 hour time frame, we can see that the price has been reaching through, going up, reaching through, going up, and reaching through this as well. So going lower. So where is it? This is the liquidations, going back, going here, going lower. So we probably need to use 5 minutes if we want to trade in the shorter time frame. I think today we can't trade this right now because the price is already going through a really downtrend momentum. So we are likely to see the price to go through this area, to be honest. So this area will be reaching through and grabbing on the lower sides. So to summary, I think that the dollar index is likely to continue going higher. Do shorts on the Euro USD, GBUSD should be much more beneficial. And from the gold market, okay, I will be saving the last to the gold market. I have some point of view on the gold market. And let's talk about the top-down analysis part. Okay, so I will be canceling out everything from here and talk about the gold market afterwards. Okay, so as same as well, give us a like and subscribe so that we will be continue to do the content that you like. Okay, Okay, let's talk about the gold market. Okay, gold market is a little bit tricky to be honest. Let's use a much more cleaner. Okay, let's. Ah, shit. We just create a new one. Okay, so we are new one. Okay, so from this, creating a new one and closing out the trades and going on the colors. And let's do a top-down analysis with everyone. Okay, so going back to the daily time frame, what we can see is the price is going on the break of structure from here. Okay, daily time frame has been showing a really good signs that the price might be going on the lower sides. So you can see that the price has been reaching through this liquidations, failed to grab on, and the price is going on the lower sides. So where is it going on the lower sides? I'm thinking of it might be reaching through the internal range, maybe reaching back to the below 50%, maybe there's a chances, but we need to have some confirmations. So this might be reaching through on the 50%. Okay. So what we can see from here, okay. So we can see that the price has been reaching through this, going out and rebalancing out. And this is the daily fair value gap. So you can see that this is actually a daily order block, 50%. Really nice. I'm also quite shocked about it. So you can see 50% will be here. This is 68, 50%. So you can see that the price do really reflecting on the 50% going back from the 1 hour time frame. We can see that the price has been reaching through this 50%, grabbing this liquidations. Once the liquidity has been grabbed, we can see this is the liquidations, rebalance out displacement on the lower sides, going back on the 5 minute charts. So you can see the price is manipulations, displacement on the lower sides, manipulation, displacement on the lower sides, grabbing this liquidations and then going on the lower. So this is actually a really good resistance area. And because the volatility on gold market is much more higher, to be honest, so you can see that um, this is the manipulation phase. I'm thinking that this might be manipulations, manipulate accumulation, manipulations, and this has been going through a really strong distributions because the price has been forming supports from here, resistance and respecting on. So we are likely to see the price is going on the lower sides. So from here, using 1 hour, you can see much more clearly. Okay, so where is it? This is the going back to the external to the internal sides from here. So you can see that the price has been reaching through this resistance area. Okay, going back, then changing to 5 minutes. So what we can see, we need to see disrespecting on this fair value gap, and then we can try to do shots. I think we can try to do shots to be honest and aiming where? Aiming this area. Okay. Market maker model. Okay, so this is market maker sell model. If that really happens, we are likely to see the price to go lower and reaching through this area. Going lower here and maybe even much more lower. I think that there's possibility much more lower, but this is might be the highest place. I'm thinking that this might be the highest, and then afterwards, the price of gold market might be reaching on the lower sides. A lot of people might be doing long right now, but I'm thinking to do shorts. So where is it? We will be doing shorts. We need to have confirmation right now. I'm thinking that the price might be forming some kind of ranging area above because the price have a lot of fair value gap from here. So we can see that there's a fair value gap from here, the 50% from here. Okay, so we are likely to see some kind of support from this area. So it's not really a good time to do shorts right now. The price might be giving us a ranging, and afterwards we'll be going on the lower sides. So Euro USD is likely to going lower because the volatility perspective is much more on the lower sides. So you can see we have been gaining how much? Okay, so we have been gaining 272 USD. So this is a real account, everyone. Okay, this is a real account. I've been deposit 10,000 and been trading few weeks, and we have been earning 1K something like that because we are using a really low risk. But if you give us a like, we might be doing a much more bigger trades together. Okay, so we have been giving out live trades, two live trades, GBUSD and also Euro USD, and we also trying to do shots on the Go market. If you like our content, please give us a like and subscribe. Okay, so where is the charts that I just prepared here? Okay, so right now I'm thinking that the price might be giving us some ranging areas, so we'll be waiting for the price to giving us ranging. Afterwards, once the price has been formed, I will be doing shorts, but not right now because you can see that the price has been forming this. So I think that the market might be giving ranging areas, something like this. So I need to see much more clearly. Only then I can try to do shorts. Okay, but if you like my analysis and also like my signal, you can just join our Telegram group. I think is it? Okay, join our group. Okay, join our group and you will be getting much more about it. We have free signals, trading signals. We have a lot of signals and our winning rate is really high. I think it's around 80 something percent. Okay, so please join and also like and subscribe. Okay, so let's go back to our PPT. Okay, so this is the last part. So what is going on? Okay, so from this, we actually can see that this is the currency strength index. We have been already telling you guys. Currency strength index is actually giving you a bias. If you don't know how to trade and you don't know how to gain bias, uh, currency strength index will be giving you a really good direction bias of the day or maybe of the week if you wanted to. So okay, so right now what is going on? So if you really want to trade, so you just trade the strongest to the weakest, to be honest. So for example, right now we can see that the strongest will be the AUD pairings, the second will be the CAD, the third one is the USD, the fourth one will be CHF, and so on and so on, New Zealand GP, Euro, and JPY. So if you really wanted to trade, you can trade AUD JPY to the long. Yesterday we have been trying to do long in AUD JPY, but we can see that the AUD JPY has been failed. Why? Because when we trade, the news has been announced between the war between two countries, so we have been swiping off. Okay, so this is really an accident case, and we are trying to make this channel as transparency as possible. So this is a real account. We have been doing live trade together, and we'll be also continue to do trade together. So please like and subscribe, everyone. If you do really like our content and like our live streaming, please like and subscribe. And we'll be also giving out live trades, free trading signals, and so on. Okay. So going back from the currency strength index will be giving you daily bias or weekly bias. So for example, if you don't know really how to trade, just follow this currency pairing. So UD JPY just do long, CAD JPY just do long, USD JPY just do long, and maybe and when you have a bias, you just focusing on doing long. Where is it? I'm going doing long on the opening price manipulations or below opening price. There's a lot of strategy, but if you really wanted to learn more about it, you can just like and subscribe and follow us. Okay, and we'll be giving out a lot of content on the short videos just within 1 minute so that you can gain a lot of informations about it. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about from the other pairing. So you can see that the AUD, the you can see that the gold market is going higher. And I already mentioned that the price of gold market might be giving a ranging. So Euro USD might be forming some kind of retrenchment. GBP USD may be forming some kind of retrenchment as well, reaching back to this order block. So we can see that the price has been reaching through this order block. But eventually, we are likely to see the price is going on the lower sides. So let's see on the dollar index. What is going on the dollar index? Oh, the dollar index has been reaching out from this area. So this might be a problem. Nah, I think we just continue hold and see what is happening. Even though that this is point of interest, but likely to form some kind of support afterwards. Gold market, let's see. So this is the supporting level. We need to see the price disrespecting on this. Once the price keep on going lower, then we are likely to do shorts, but not now. We need to see some confirmation first. Okay, so let's talk about other trading pairings. Going back to the Euro USD, um, reaching through this, is it? Not really. Yeah, I'm thinking still okay about it because the price should be reaching on the low. Okay, GBUSD would be also reaching on the low. So let's see how it happens later on. Okay, so let's talk about AUDJPY. AUDJPY, we have been already mentioned that it's going long. Okay, we have been swiping off yesterday. Okay, if you still remember, we have been swiping on from here because the news. So this we have been doing long from here and then swiping off. And then after that, the price is going higher. It's likely to see that the price is reaching through higher and higher. So let's see the market turning out. And we already mentioned that the price is going higher. This is the liquidations rebalancing out, grabbing this liquidity and forming here, reaching through this maybe order block, reaching on the lower sides, grabbing out, and it's likely to continue going higher. So yeah, this is actually a really good one. Manipulations, displacement of sides, going back on the lower sides. So manipulation, displacement, rebalancing out, and it's likely to continue on the higher sides. So you just follow my currency strength index, you can see the price of the market is continue going on the higher sides. So from here we can see that the price is reaching through here and grabbing from this area, and then it's likely to continue going higher. So where do we do trades on this one? So from here we can see that the price has been grabbing, going higher, going on the higher sides, reaching through, reaching liquidity. I think we can't do anything right now because it's likely to continue going higher. If we wanted to do, we might need to wait for the price to reaching through this area. So this is not a really good time to trade. USD, let's see, going back. GBUSD, I think it's going back as well. So let's see on the dollar index. Dollar index is reaching through this rebalancing out. So manipulation, rebalancing out. Let's see on the 1 hour time frame. I think that it's likely to continue higher, so we just continue maintaining our shorts area positions and let's see how it happens. Okay, because this is manipulations, distributions. If we wanted to, this is actually a really good first area. I might be also aiming here as well. So if I do trades from here, or maybe here, I might be aiming here 30 pips. getting out 10. So but if you really wanted to make it much more larger, I think that we can try to hold and see how it happens. Okay, so remember to like and subscribe, everyone. Okay. As we already mentioned before, like and subscribe. Hopefully, you do really enjoy our contents. So, if you have any questions below, you also can try to talk about it on your comment section below. Okay. What do you think about the gold market? Do you think that the gold market is continue breaking to new high? Or do you think that the gold market is likely to go lower? I'm thinking that it's likely to go lower, so this might be a manipulations, a really good one. So you can see that the price has been falling back to this order block. So if the price do really break through here, I will probably will be trying to do shorts because the price is disrespecting this order block, disrespecting on this uh, fair value gap and forming another new fair value gap. Then I'll be trying to do shorts. I don't think we can make it by our live stream. But if you want to know more about it, you can just follow our trade, follow our, follow our signal groups and new informations and so on. Okay, so let's see if the price going higher or going lower. Is it this manipulations is external to internal, or maybe do you think that is going back to the lower sides? So this is really important. Once the price has been going lower, I will be doing shorts and I will be getting 100 pips, everyone. So if you wanted to know more about it, my trades, like and subscribe is really important. Okay, like and subscribe. Okay. See, back USD also about the same. This is one of the reasons why that I like to trade Euro USD and GBUSD. It's much more stability comparing on the gold market. Gold market, you need to really punctual about it. You need to really punctual and really good about it. So once the price disrespecting this one, this is a really first good sign. I'm thinking that this might be a manipulations, but let's see how it happens. Okay, we need to see the price disrespecting. Once the price disrespecting, I'm thinking that the price might be reaching on this lower sides. So we need to have confirmations, everyone. Confirmations is the key and also one of the most important factors. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we can see that the price might be forming some kind of manipulations, but we need to see a really strong impulse going lower. Once the impulse has been going lower, then we are likely to see the price is going on the higher sides. The GBP it's going lower, so we are quite confident about it. So if you want to know more about our signals, please like and subscribe. And we are thinking that the market is going lower, gold market. If you wanted to Okay, if you wanted to know more about it, just like and subscribe and wait for the price to break through this. I think that this might be a manipulations, but we need to see the price disrespecting this fair value gap, disrespecting on this fair value gap and break of structure, or maybe you can see a change of character or so on. Okay, okay, we have another 2 minutes left. Hopefully you do learn something new, and I hope fully. And yeah, if you have been learned something new, please like and also follow our channels and also enter our Telegram groups and so on. Okay, so let's see our trades. Today we have been giving out two trades, the Euro USDs. This is actually a quite a good entry, sniper entry. Consider sniper. Okay, GBUSD it's also quite okay as well. My dream entry level is here, but I think that I already mentioned that it's not likely that the price will be reaching back here. So we have been doing shots and aiming here. Okay, so yeah, aiming here. So if you do like our channels and do really want to trade more about it, just follow us our channels and hopefully you do learn something new. Okay? So yeah, thank you for your listening and we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Okay? Okay, so thank you for everyone listening and we'll be see you guys tomorrow.